On this month's First Week Food, what does durian smell like? And will bisons attack you?
We try to guess your guys' favorite pair of formals.
Tyler teaches you how to keep track of your followers.
And on our 1-year anniversary, we review The Rail. All coming up on the Segway Podcast. Hey, welcome to the Segway.
Best thing to happen to you on a Thursday.
That's right, recording live for an entire year in LeBron's backyard.
I love July, it's so hot.
Indeed. Do you guys realize it has been a full year, 52 weeks since we went to Main Street Grill?
Is it still good there?
It's delicious. We're going to go back and celebrate sometime.
I cannot wait to go back.
So I just want to say this up front. We got to do something. This is a year, 52 straight weeks. A full year. You know what? It's always interesting. And I wonder if you'll experience this a little bit moving into your new house. It's always interesting to think about a new situation that you're in through the seasons. Have you ever had that thought where you're working somewhere or you're living somewhere and you're like, I wonder what it'll be like here in winter, or I wonder what it'll be like here in spring? Do you ever have that sensation?
Yeah, but usually it applies to my driving. Like how the winter is going to affect driving.
Oh, that's not as happy. When I used to work at Old Navy forever ago, there was this huge window. And I just remember thinking, like, because I was working in the winter, I was seasonal at the time. I'm like, I wonder what it would look like in summer. Just this huge window, it's warm out. But we've experienced every season and month podcasting, which is dope. And we want to celebrate it. So there will be news on social media. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But we want to do a t-shirt giveaway.
Yes, it should be very cool.
Yeah, a specific Segway Podcast t-shirt giveaway where if you interact, you get involved, check social media, you'll get to pick the color. And, the size, obviously. We're not going to be like those places like,
you get a medium only.
Yeah, calves, where you just get what you get on your chair. So keep your eyes peeled for that and be interactive. And you know what? You'll get a t-shirt potentially. We're going to pick 2 winners.
Yes.
But enough of that.
Speaking of my house, I have a fun little story I want to tell.
Let's hear it.
So we signed. We got this house. I live in Sea Falls now.
Yay.
Yeah. So here's the fun story. We had paraformal for a long time. Ghosts and shit. They still scare me.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. So I was at the house by myself. I was picking out the last of the paint. We went throughout the whole house and we were picking colors. And I went by myself to pick the last of the paint. I thought I was the last one in the basement the day before. Apparently I was not. But I'm in the basement. I turn around and the bar is behind you. So you have to turn around to see the bar. And I turn around. I'm turning the light on. And I see a wine cup. Or a wine cup.
A wine glass?
A wine glass.
Stemless or stemmed?
Stemmed.
Oh, okay.
A stemmed wine glass sitting there. And I'm like, oh no. I didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that.
That's some Shining shit.
I know. Fucking right. So I flip through the book, the color book. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice color. And I run out of there. I shut the lights off and I run the fuck out of there. I get in my car and call Stephanie. I'm like, did you leave a wine glass on the bar? And she's like, oh yeah, I did. And I was like, you almost killed me. I was so fucking scared. For a minute, I was like, oh.
So did you stick with that color, though?
Yeah, we did.
What color?
It's a light purple.
Very nice.
Yes.
The ghost will love it, I'm sure. Was that a celebratory wine?
She was showing you Shantae.
Oh, okay.
The owners left some shit there, and that was one of them.
So I want to mention this, kind of talking about paranormal stuff, really, really quick. There's not much weight to this story at all. But when I told Claire that I was like, yeah, last episode was my paranormal story. She's like, oh, did you tell this one? I was like, oh, shit. I didn't. So this is very small. It was 6 years ago. Ethan and Claire, we were at my parents' house swimming. And it's dusk. So there's still a little bit of light, but you don't see the sun anymore. The sun is gone, but there's still light in the sky. It's that light blue, purplish. I can't see colors. I'm just making shit up. But there were these things coming in the sky over, way in the sky.
Yeah.
It's coming from over my backyard trees, but it's not, right above my trees. But they were, blinking red lights, but they would come and disappear. But there were no clouds.
Wasn't a satellite?
No.
Okay.
No, I've seen satellites.
Okay.
But they were where you would imagine a plane to be, but they would be 3 at a time, stop. 1, disappear. Then 1 or 2, disappear. And what they said online was they were lanterns. Those floating lanterns.
Oh, really?
That's what they said it was.
I don't believe that.
So that's bullshit. So I don't know what it was. That's the whole story. I wanted to say that.
Man, Ashtabula's got so many aliens.
Right. And still speaking about paranormal, because we're never going to talk about it again ever on this podcast. Next week, and we're not going to promote it a ton, 2 separate entities, but next week is the very first dropping of Believing the Bizarre.
Woo!
There's going to be a couple episodes that drop all at once. So that'll be on Tuesday the 7th. Check it out if you want to. It's just like a very condensed paraformal every week. If you hated those paraformal, then stay here.
You don't got to listen to it. Just kiss it goodbye. But if you like paraformal, you know where to find it. You got its number.
You got its number. Okay, there is no way we could do a celebratory 1-year anniversary episode of the Segway Podcast without a dash, if you guys noticed. Without playing Would You Rather.
No, you can't.
It's just so Segway.
It is very much a game of the Segway.
Right. So, without further ado, you guys know how it's done. We tell each other a bizarre story that's very true. We give each other 3 options, and the other person guesses which one they would rather it be. Are you ready?
I am ready.
So you decide that you want to have a really good time drinking, right?
Always.
Always, because I've seen you drink. You like your liquor.
I do.
But, unfortunately, like the time I'm thinking of in my head, you had a little too much. You drank a little too intensely.
Yeah, happy birthday.
So, yes, I was 22. So the next day, you wake up, which would you rather? A, your bladder bursts.
Oh, no.
B, you threw up all over yourself and your wife in your sleep. Or C, you threw everything out of the fridge onto the floor and slept inside the fridge and got minor frostbite.
That's all fucking terrible.
Most of the options always are.
Oh, man. I don't know if my marriage could survive.
You talk about shitting the bed. You should be able to take throwing up.
Never done either. I guess I'd pick C.
The frostbite in the fridge?
The frostbite.
So, in eastern China, 40-year-old gentleman who is identified as Mr. Hu, H-U. I don't know, is that who? Hugh? I don't know. Reportedly fell asleep after downing 10 bottles of beer the night before. So that's quite a bit. I mean, it depends, Bud Light,
it depends the circumstances. Is it like a beer an hour? Did he start at like noon and go to 10 p.m.?
Well, for the sake of this story, it was very fast and very rapid, which is also fast. So, after experiencing searing abdominal pains, he went to the hospital and they did a CT scan, and it revealed that his bladder was torn in 3 places. It was so bad that he was actually unable to lie down flat because of all the pain. And what happened was, one of the holes ruptured towards his abdominal cavity and forced part of his intestines to spill into the bladder. This could have killed him, but thankfully he got there fast enough. He's okay. He's admitted. He can pee now. It's all good.
Did he drive?
My guess is no. But if he did, he couldn't have been like laying down. You know, some people have their car seats where it's almost like you're laying down. I sit very erect when I drive. I don't know.
You do. Tyler, Yellowstone Park has now opened up.
Good.
And you go. You and Claire, you go to Yellowstone Park, right?
I want to go sometime.
I went
Hopefully
there.
before the supervolcano.
One time I went there.
Oh, yeah?
I did. Anyway, so you and Claire go. You finally get to go.
Yes.
And you see a wild bison.
Okay.
And you're like, would you rather you do this? Would you be inspired to open an all-bison restaurant? Would you rather take a picture and inevitably be gored and flown to an Idaho hospital? Or C, go to the gift shop and buy an all-bison, like a full bison hide?
Okay. Man, okay, so listen. I don't think I've ever had a Bison Burger, and so it's too late for me now. So I don't think I would start something that sells bison burgers.
Only bison.
Yeah. And listen, I do not want B to happen because that would be very painful. And it doesn't say whether or not I would live. But I also would not buy, like, I'm not vegan, but I wouldn't buy a whole hide. I think it's B, but I don't want to get hurt. I feel really shitty saying this, but I probably would prefer to buy the hide, I guess.
It's you or the bison, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Well, actually, B happened to a 72-year-old woman on June 25th.
Is she alive?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Oh, gosh.
The article did not say. I read it a couple times. This is not the first time. It happened in May when the park first opened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
People need to stop challenging these bison.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I'm not a
burger.
You gotta stay at least 25 feet away. This woman was 10 feet away from this bison, and he was like, let's go. And he rammed her in the fucking stomach.
There was a really good meme that I used to like where it was a cow biting a lady, and he's like, who's the burger now, bitch? I knew that B was the right answer because you wouldn't write inevitably.
Because I can't say it.
Number 2. So you're at the post office. Maybe you're working there, maybe you're not. Whatever you want to be for the story. I can't project. Whatever you want to do. But you're at the post office. Because apparently you're writing checks now. So you're a check writing, post office going person. So at the post office, there is this scent, this fragrance that is so bad. It was so bad that it left workers hospitalized and caused a complete evacuation of the post office.
What?
Would you rather that in the box was a dead, rotting baby giraffe?
That's sad.
B, 12 broken and rotten eggs in a broken container of spoiled milk. No idea why somebody would be shipping that. Or C, the fruit durian.
I would rather it was the eggs in the milk.
The eggs in the milk?
Yep.
Okay. Apparently, the odor of the durian fruit was so bad. This happened at a Bavarian post office, which I didn't know this. Do you know where that is?
Bavaria?
Yeah.
Near Germany.
Yes, I didn't know that. But I was going to educate them if you didn't. But you did, so good for you. I'm terrible at geography. I used to call it geography. Terrible. But it left 6 workers hospitalized and caused 60 workers to be evacuated.
God damn.
From like just very, very intense nausea.
Durian is something I always wanted to try, actually.
Well, just don't smell it. Although I read that it has like so many different, I don't know if it's like I don't know the anatomy of a durian, but it can smell anywhere from like caramel to like rotting eggs. It's crazy. But yeah, they literally, cops and firefighters were dispatched. It was crazy because they thought it was a dangerous gas. But it's just
crazy. How often do you go to McDonald's?
I like their coffee. There's very little I can eat there now, to be honest. Yeah. I can do an egg and cheese biscuit or an egg and cheese McMuffin, but that gets old real fast.
Well, let's pretend that you are not a vegetarian.
Okay.
McDonald's is removing one of its test items very quietly, on the hush hush. It never came here. But from its test markets, it is removing one item. Would you rather it was A, the McRoll, which is a McDonald's sushi roll, B, an Italian clown meal, which is McDonald's take on spaghetti and meatball dish,
oh, God,
or C, the PLT, which is McDonald's attempt at a plant-based Beyond Burger?
Oh, I would love for them to keep that, because I'm tired of their egg and cheese biscuits. What was B, the spaghetti thing?
the Italian clown.
Yeah, I want that. I want that gone.
Yeah, I would try A and B, but as actually C, the plant-based burger is not going to make it to market.
Damn.
Yeah.
I like how you wouldn't try a plant-based burger, but you'd be completely fine trying McDonald's sushi. Charlie, congratulations, you're pregnant.
Oh.
Isn't that great? How exciting.
It's exciting.
So, you're laying down, and you want to get a video of your baby kicking. So you pull out your iPhone, or your Android, I don't care, and you take a video to show your baby kicking. Just short, clip, not professionally done. The lighting isn't the best, just you laying down on the stomach.
Sure. So
then you decide you want to watch the video again, because you want to see it kicking. But you notice something else in the video. Would you rather A, a dark shadow rises up from the ground toward the bed, B, a figure is behind you which you can see reflect on your blank TV screen, or C, an orb flies from the wall to your stomach?
I don't like any of that shit.
Isn't it crazy that one of these is true, though? For just a second, because you don't know the truth. Just imagine one of these is true.
That's crazy.
I watched the video.
You have to show me.
Okay.
I would guess be the figure behind the person.
Yeah, that was I feel like that's a stereotypical cinematography shot. I like to put that. So Malachi, M-A-L-A-K-A-I. Malachi James posted the video on this forum that explained that his younger sister was spending a week alone with his kitten, which I didn't have the sound of. Apparently there was a cat meowing in it. I'll have to check that. But the clip was taken inside the bedroom where Malachi's pregnant sister was resting on the bed. And
just to clarify, he's not the father.
no,
Okay,
it's
good.
his sister.
I just wanted to. Okay.
But when you watch the video, and they didn't notice this until rewatching it, at the very end of the clip, there's like a black shadow that comes up and like towards the bed.
Oh no! You gotta burn the house down.
Burn it to the ground.
Oh man. So Tyler, you, Claire, and your 2.5 kids.
Wait, which one's 0.5?
It's a dog. It's
Okay.
Annie.
Okay.
So your 2.5 kids. You live in Wisconsin now, and you're a Wisconsin family.
Okay.
All right.
All the cheese.
Would you rather your family, A, worked all weekend to make masks for the homeless because it's still a pandemic? B, tear apart a dog fighting ring, like you found out about a dog fighting ring, and you tore it apart, like you got them all arrested and you saved all the dogs? Or C, would you and your family save a bear in a lake that had a plastic jug on its head and was lost?
You know, it's a little bold to assume that the bear was lost. I don't know how that information was gathered. So
It took a survey.
So I know the answer because I saw this article, but I'm gonna play honest. I'm not gonna play cheating. So my instinct is to go between A and B. And you know how like when a dog dies in a movie, everybody cries, but then a girl gets ripped apart and everyone's like, she deserved it. I'm gonna be like that, and I apologize, but I'm gonna defend myself in saying that I don't think like masks can save lives, but they're not guaranteed to save lives. Where breaking up a dog fighting ring is saving those dogs' lives. And dogs is plural, bear is one. I'm gonna go with B and say break up the dog fighting rings, and that whole thing about making animals fight each other is like something that's like a super pet peeve.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It really pisses me off. Like like Mike Vick, I'm talking to you. Although people can reform, but anyway, I would say B, break up the dog fighting ring.
But we both know the answer is C.
Yes,
the bear was saved. I don't know. I think you're right. It is a little bold to assume he was lost, but he did have that thing on his head, so I think they helped him out. It's fine.
Right. They helped him out, whether or not he knew where he was navigating.
He was going somewhere.
He was going somewhere. And that is Would You Rather.
The sound of two hands slapping together is also known as a high five.
Or clapping. I really, even though I knew this is the segment we were doing, I really thought you were going to say clapping. And in my head, I was like, how's he going to tie that in? I was on the edge of my seat.
But we have done another high five. I love high fives, especially when we can get like engagement going. So the idea of this segment is the audience tells us their favorite order of 5 things. And this week we have done Gray Aliens, Skinwalkers, Bloody Mary, Divot Box, and Mount Shasta. And those were all topics that we covered on Paraformal.
I think the lower engagement is due to the fact that these aren't just... I mean, the topics are general, but the focus was on our paranormal episodes.
Yes.
So it's not like, what's your favorite school subject, where everybody can just relate to their own personal things. This was like, hey, have you listened to every single one of these episodes? Rank them. So we kind of set ourselves up. We wanted to do a proper send-off for Paraformal. So this is kind of like a, well, which ones did you guys like? And if you're wondering why those are the 5 we picked and why some of them like are personal stories or Krampus or other ones that we did, Frogman, we pulled the 5 that had the highest numbers. These are the 5 that had the most listens, so that's what we decided to go off of.
And you're right, this is our Viking funeral for Paraformal. Because we are celebrating our year, and we are moving on to week 4 Detour. This is our setting off.
Yes.
Flaming ship.
Yes, exactly. So let's start. I don't know which one goes where, but I know this for a fact. Gray Aliens significantly had the most downloads of these. Now, that doesn't mean that out of the people that responded to us, this was their favorite. I just know this was the most listened to one.
Yes.
So I would be cool with putting Gray at the top. What say you?
My favorite, probably, from all these was Mount Shasta.
I like that one a lot. I'm not playing fair. I'm thinking Mount Shasta is the oldest out of all these 5. Mount Shasta is the one that we did the earliest. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if that was the farthest from people's minds, and I wonder if that made it slip a little bit.
I wonder.
I really enjoyed Mount Shasta as well, and because the whole missing people in National Forest. I just wonder if it slipped a little because of how dated it is.
I don't know. I know, you're right. I know that Gray Aliens was the most listened to, so I'm okay with putting that number 1.
Okay, that's what I was feeling. Okay, so we locked Gray Aliens in at 1. Can we do, like, this is very random and very arbitrary. Can we put Mount Shasta at, like, 4? I don't think it deserves 5, but I feel like it's so long ago now. What do you think?
You think it's lost that much? No, I think it should be 2.
No, 3.
3.
Okay.
I agree, 3.
Okay. Mount Shasta at 3. So which one do you think is the worst? Which one do you think is the least? Probably the Dybbuk box, right?
Yeah, Dybbuk box. Okay. That has the worst movie based off of it.
Yeah. Well, no, dude, I've seen a Bloody Mary movie. It was pretty bad.
Oh.
But yeah, I think Dybbuk box is just kind of like, no, I liked the episode. I like all these episodes.
I do too.
But I think it has the least weight. Even though most people probably don't know about Mount Shasta, but there was something I really liked
something powerful about Mount Shasta.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going faster than I expected. This is good. So we got Bloody Mary and we have the Skinwalker. Let me just tell you my instinct. My instinct is Bloody Mary 2, Skinwalker 4, but I'm open to discussion.
That's what I was gonna say, though.
Bloody Mary 2?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Then, let's do it. There's only so much that we can beat our heads around.
I know, that was fast, but, like, I don't know how else I could have done it. Like, it was just, like, off what... It was just pure guess. I don't know. I have no idea.
So this is how we do it. And we're not going to make you guys listen to it while we do this. Charlie's wonderful editing is going to come in. Everybody's ranking has a numerical value to it. So this is how we're going to know how to rank these. So let's go with our scale right now that we did. We did Gray Aliens, Bloody Mary, Mount Shasta, Skinwalker, and Dybbuk box. Gray Aliens would get 5 points. Bloody Mary would get 4 points. Mount Shasta would get 3 points, and then 2, and then 1. That way, it's just an easy way to keep track of, like, if a lot of people say Gray Aliens and a lot of people say Mount Shasta, it's a way to give it value so that when we break it down, we can put these in order fairly seamlessly. So we're going to do that now, and we will see you on the other side. So just as consistent as us uploading every Thursday is us completely fucking up HighFive.
Tanked it.
Is bad. So we thought that the order would be Gray Aliens, Bloody Mary, Mount Shasta, Skinwalker, and Dybbuk box.
Yes.
The only one that potentially we could have even gotten right was Bloody Mary.
At number...
Because it tied for first.
Yes.
Bloody Mary and the Dybbuk box tied for first. So we put them both in the first spot. So if you are, technically we could say Dybbuk box was 1, Bloody Mary was 2. Which we're not even going to give us that much credit.
No.
So the correct order, according to you guys, is Bloody Mary's tied with Dybbuk box first, then Skinwalker, then Mount Shasta, and I don't know why you put Gray Aliens last, because it is the most, besides Zach Adkins and James Renner, it is the most listened to episode that we have. But maybe you guys just listen to it to make fun of us.
Maybe.
You're like, this sucks. And you're feeling down about yourselves. You got coronavirus. You have cops doing terrible things. About a ton of shit going on. Those hornets, where are the murder hornets? You're feeling down about yourself and you're like, I'm going to listen to Aliens one again. They sound like dumbasses. Which, if that's the case, by all means, listen.
We're doing our job.
Yeah. Because we're doing our job by making entertainment. We are not doing a good job doing the HighFive. But it is what it is.
Oh, you're bringing that back. Jesus Christ.
So, we did a staple. We did the Would You Rather. HighFive is kind of an old segment, too, that we brought back. It'll probably be a while before we do that one again, but we brought it back. So why not, on our 1-year anniversary, do a new segment?
Yeah, for sure.
Remember when we told you guys that you pretty much decided the Week 4 detour? We put up the story, and you guys got to vote whether you'd want to hear about cool spots in Ohio, which is what our 4th pillar of the month will be. The other option was finding out about cool tech and apps. And that's what this is going to be. This segment is called Tech and App. How about that?
Like the video game Tekken?
I didn't think about that.
Oh, well, there you go.
Tekken app.
Tekken app. Like Tekken, like a fighting game for apps.
Yes. It's much better than Soul Calibur.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Anyway, let's talk about a cool app and cool tech. I got one of each. It's going to be fast. This isn't intended to be a book. This isn't a long segment. And maybe this won't apply to you. So we'll keep it fast. We'll keep it going. Do you want to do the app first or the tech first?
Do the tech first.
Tech first. All right, perfect. I wrote it the other way. Great. So the tech is called a Cricket.
Okay.
CRICUT.
Noisy cricket?
Crit cut.
Like
Crit cut.
MIB Noisy Cricket?
No. It's like, are you a crafty person and you like spending a lot of money at Joann Fabrics and or Michaels? This is for you. If you get any merchandise for the Segway Podcast or Believing the Bizarre, it is going to be made by Claire, because she's phenomenal at it. It is awesome. It basically, what it is you can take vinyl and fabric and make your own shirts. You can make car decal. You can make bags, coffee mugs, anything like that. Any design you want, any type of color you want on there, holographic, anything like that. You can make all that stuff yourself. Now, me personally, I prefer the digital side of creating. I don't really mess with the Cricut that much. Thankfully, Claire is amazing at it, and she's willing to help out. Like, the shirts we're giving away.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be done by her. She made me a Rise Against Car decal, which is pretty sweet.
I saw it. Looks awesome.
Yeah. So, if you're into that sort of mind, where you like crafting, you want a side gig, you want to do an Etsy shop, like, these are available if you have that type of technique. So what, yeah.
Do you make, like, the decal on a computer and
Yes.
print it out?
Yeah, so there's two things that are both way too expensive. One is like the actual machine that creates the vinyl, and then there's one that is like a press. So if you're making a shirt, you wouldn't need it necessarily for like a mug, but you create the design on the Cricut app, Segway Podcast, whatever logo you want, you make a cool shirt. You make all that by size. There's like I think it's like a 12-inch by 12-inch is like the kind of the maximum. I could be wrong on that. And you create it on there, you put the fabric or the vinyl, whatever you want, in the machine, and it spits it back out to you. And then you can like take that hot press, kind of like an iron-on shirt, and you can put it on whatever type of object you want, and it lasts. It's durable.
That's very cool.
So if you're into that, bands out there, if you want to make your own merch, if you have
for sure,
your own small shop or anything like that, it's an investment or Christmas present. But I would highly recommend the Cricut, CRICUT. So that's that.
Okay, ready for that.
The app. This is one that we use personally. Now, if you don't care about statistics, this is not going to be cool for you. If you are just somebody who uses social media for your own fun and engagement, then this isn't really for you. But if you are a small business, if you're using the business side of Instagram, if you're using it as a platform, as a small business, as a band, as a podcast, this can help you out a little bit. It's called Followers. It's free if you choose it to be. Pretty much you download it, and it tells you on your Instagram how many followers you have, who unfollowed you, who did follow you, how many mutual friends you have, who's following you, but you're not following them, the people you're following that aren't following you back, and it tells you all this in real time. Now, if you have like 50 friends or followers, you can search this out yourself. But if you're focused, or you want to keep either an equal ratio, or you want your followers higher, some people care about the optics on that. You know what? That, however you want to be. This kind of helps you out with that, because let's say you have 4,000 followers and you wake up and you lost 7 and you're like, I don't want to follow them if they're not going to follow me. Well, good luck searching through all 4,000 of your friends, where if you have this app, it'll show you the exact accounts that unfollowed you, and you can choose to unfollow them.
That's awesome.
Or, yeah, and that's a little petty, but it also shows you the people that are following you and such. But beyond that, beyond like the pettiness of wanting to unfollow people that choose to unfollow you, it also offers really cool audience and engagement insights. Now, I will say it's 99 cents for each, but that's $2. And it'll show you your most active followers, your least active followers. It'll tell you the posts that have the highest likes, your posts that have the highest comments, your posts that have the least comments, and so on. So basically it can show you trends. If you want to see like, oh wow, I didn't realize that these type of posts are getting the highest engagement, where these ones, I'm putting a lot of work into the graphics, but they're kind of falling flat.
But nothing's happening for it.
So if you have a statistical mind and you care about trends and data, and you're not just using social media for fun, which if you are, I say good. I never cared about statistics and social media until both my job and now the podcast and the band, I guess, subsequently. If you care a little bit more about trends, statistics, followers, highly recommend checking the app out. It's called Followers. It's free. If you choose to pay $1 for the engagement metrics and the audience metrics, by all means do so. But I highly recommend the app. It's very cool, very easy to use.
Is it just Instagram?
It might be Twitter, it might be Facebook. I think it claims that it can do those. The only ones, because we're most active on Instagram. We use Instagram the most. Facebook and Twitter were there, but pretty much our meat and potatoes, as people say, is on Instagram. So I only use it for the Instagram.
Just wondering. I was just curious.
I think you can look into it. It's free to download. You're all young hip you're young hip folk. You can check it out. You can look for yourself. So that was Tech and App. How about that?
This month's First Week Food, we went to The Rail in Fairlawn.
Technically, they call it Akron, but it is in Fairlawn. It is 100%. It is Fairlawn. It's the Fairlawn Mall.
Yeah. The Rail. You've been there before this. I have too, but you haven't been there very often.
Oh, yeah. I think I went one time in maybe like 5 years ago.
I went a little more recently than that. But, I'd never gotten that burger before. We'll get there. So, The Rail. The upside down cow.
Yes.
What does the rail mean? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either.
Like a rail gun? Like they're killing the cow?
I don't think so.
Oh.
They got a couple locations. Apparently it was founded in 2011, although we went to its first location, which they call Akron.
Oh, okay.
It's very much Fairlawn. And it's cool because they only serve local fresh beef from nearby farms.
Yes.
It's not like that fresh, never frozen shit that Wendy's tries to pull. Also, just a little bit of tidbit knowledge here for fun. They've won a couple awards. They won the Best Burger in Stark County in 2018. So that must be their location in the Belton Village Mall.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Best in Show Burger Wars 2017.
Well, it is very much a Segway podcast because we are a Ohio podcast and they are an Ohio restaurant. We were kind of like made for each other.
Pretty much. They started a little bit earlier than us.
A little bit.
In 2011.
Yeah. But they knew we were coming.
Dude, think about this for 1 second. This is our second July First Week Food. Like, we're rounding third.
Yeah.
Well, no, we scored and we're still running. It's like another victory lap. It's just crazy. I can't believe this has been a whole year.
I can't either. We should have got a cake.
Should have got it. Well, we are going to go to Main Street Grill. We'll post about it.
Okay.
You guys can meet us there. You guys can buy. But we will go there. But without further ado, let us dive in, breaking down with the pack scale, The Rail.
Presentation.
So I got the Seventh Heaven Burger. Holy shit. It is very simple. It's a very simple burger. Truffle butter, delicious. Red onion jam, and 2 strips of Ohio-grown bacon.
Those are very long strips of bacon.
X marks the spot.
I have a story about bacon that I'll tell you when this is done. I don't want to take away from
Is that how you can't have it anymore?
Yeah. So I got the Bootlegger, which is cheddar cheese, rail bourbon barbecue sauce, and they call it tobacco onions. It's just those crisps. It's like those fried onion crisps. And instead of getting a local, fresh, grass-fed burger, I got a Beyond Burger.
Yes.
And also, we both got a quinoa salad.
Yeah, we got quinoa salads.
I can't believe you got a quinoa salad.
I've had it before. It's good.
Okay. We'll get into that. We got water. It came in on one of those really big, like white, like beigeish white.
It was like an off-white. It was like egg white.
Thank you.
Eggshell white.
Eggshell white, big square plate. It made the burger look smaller than it was, which is like when they say when you want to eat less, you're supposed to use a smaller plate.
Yeah.
But that, not taking away from the burger, it looked good. Like, it was a good plate. The quinoa salad came in like its own dish. It was very like angular.
Yeah.
It was plated very well.
Well, I think part of that is because of the quinoa salad, because I've had fries here before, and it normally just like surrounds the burger.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But the plating itself looked good. The burger was, well, that's more. We'll get into the portion size.
It was very sophisticated looking, I thought.
What did you think about the actual? Now, this isn't so much taken into consideration because presentation is just 0 out of 3. There's a lot more weighted stuff later. But what did you think about the restaurant itself?
The restaurant itself, it's like that black subway tile, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's
very wooden in my head. I imagine like wooden. And
the bar is wood.
It had like the chandelier.
Yeah.
They were playing an old 2014 NBA Finals game between San Antonio and Miami.
Well, you can't play them now, so.
Yeah, and that's not. I mean, they didn't put it on.
Yeah.
And they put it on the TV, but they are not the ones that are broadcasting.
Right.
But it was interesting. I mean, there's only so much to go into. The table was nice. The place was nice. The burger looked good. It wasn't a messy burger. It wasn't like overflowing. No. It was. I'll save it for portion size, and we'll get there. I gave the presentation a 3 out of 3. I thought the plating and how it appealed to me, it looked really good.
3 out of 3.
3 out of 3. So that is a score of 6 out of 6. Moving on.
Portion size.
So I wasn't starving, and neither were you. This was something we commented on.
Yes.
Before we got the burger. Which,
I think that's very important to remember.
Yeah. Because it wasn't a grotesquely large burger. Like, it wasn't the Melt. I'm going to be making a lot of Melt comparisons to anybody who's had the Good Burger or any other burgers at Melt. It wasn't a grotesquely large burger. It was a very traditional size burger.
Yes.
And we were kind of like, when we went to John's Grill last month, I ate half the burger before I even remembered that I needed to be paying attention to it, and before we got napkins. This time, I was trying to go into the approach of okay, I'm not starving. Therefore, it doesn't have that edge. Will I still enjoy it? Mm-hmm. And kind of going from there. It was a unique approach, to say the least.
Yes. Typically, I'm not full from eating there, unless I have an appetizer. When we went there, I was full from this burger and the quinoa salad, which was nice. I was not starving coming in.
Yeah, I would agree that if you were absolutely starving, it's kind of where was it? Midway Oh Boy? Where I was thinking I could have ate more at the time.
Yeah.
But when I got home, I was good, and I didn't eat the rest of the day, and it felt good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's just very traditional. I'm not going to give it a 5 out of 5 because it could have been bigger, but I think it was a very good size burger, so I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I agree with you 100%. 4 out of 5.
Wow, we are just on the same page, same wavelength.
We might be.
So that is an 8 out of 10. So that is a 14 out of 16.
Attentiveness.
I don't remember the dude's name. I don't know if he actually gave it to us. Did he?
I know it.
What is it?
I believe... See, Alex, Ghost Type Alex was you shouldn't say their name if it's a bad review, which I agree. It's crazy. And I actually wasn't going to say it, but I'm pretty sure it's the same... What was the name of the guy from Main Street Grill? Do you remember?
Main Street?
Yeah. Because remember, he was our first review. Yes.
Was it Chris?
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Isn't that perfect? Both Julys.
Oh, shit.
Was an amazing server named Chris.
Yes, that's weird. Chris was fantastic. He was genuine. He explained stuff. He was not at all condescending. He was very nice.
I agree.
Yeah, I get shit. I mean, what else to say? He was a fantastic server. I give him a 2.
I think, imagine a car salesman. When you walk on the car sales and they're like, hey, what can we help you find?
Yeah.
This dude was like a quinoa salesman. You walk into Whole Foods and a guy comes up and is like, hey, what brings you here? And you're like, I'm trying to eat healthier. And he's like, let's start talking complex carbs. That was this dude with quinoa.
I asked him what quinoa was, and he was like, well, it's this, it eats like this. It's really good.
I know.
I got it. And he's like, how you like it? I'm like, I like it a lot. And he's like, pound at Whole Foods for $5. So I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, he I'm making fun, but at the same time, he was very genuine. He knew his stuff. He cared about us beyond just as much as a server could. Also, he was very helpful with the checks, because I know you were displaying the checks. Also, there's no better place than right now to mention this. They're very good with their menu in terms of this pandemic. There's just a little slip of paper. It was in our stories if you caught it earlier this week. There's a little slip of paper that says, if possible, please use your mobile device to use the menu to stop spreading, reusable menus. And I think that's awesome.
It was great. It was very cool.
So make it simple. It always has been a gimme until the last one. I also give it a 2 out of 2, which is 4 out of 4, which puts us at 18 out of 20.
Cost.
Here's where I back up a little bit. Not too much. So my bootlegger, my quinoa, my Beyond Burger, which is an additional $2, and my water, it was $14.50. Now, I actually went back and listened to Melt, because Melt was the most similar in price to this one, and I wanted to kind of get in the same, sort of mind, because I want to be consistent throughout this. So what I paid at Melt was $15.50, and
that's a huge burger.
That was a huge burger, but at the same time, Melt made me pay $3 for the Beyond Burger, where the Rail made me pay $2 for the Beyond Burger. And that's just me as a vegetarian. If you ordered the same exact burger but with a real burger patty, you paid $12.50 for the bootlegger. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep in context. I paid $14.50, but somebody who's not veggie, and I could have got their basic ass veggie burger too. I chose to get their Beyond Burger, which they had another burger too, which was fused with sausage.
Oh, really?
That was an extra.
Oh, the lamb burger? They've got a couple burgers.
They do. They have a couple ones that you can upcharge. But if you were to get just a basic cheeseburger, burger patty, it was $12.50. So I'm trying to weigh in context with like, okay, I made it more expensive than it had to be, because if you look at that burger that I had and you think, okay, $12.50, that's way closer to Nano Brew, which was like 10 or so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because I had my Beyond Burger, it made it closer to the Melt, where I know I definitely hit it. So where are you at with your cost?
Well, it's $12.50 for a burger, for like their specialty burger. It is all locally sourced, and it's a little bit more fresh, more organic kind of food. And taking that in mind, it's still a little on the pricier side, and you factor in tip. I guess you probably shouldn't for this, but so like $12.50 for a burger, that's a genuinely fair price, I think.
But consider this, because this has been something you've brought up consistently. This was
Yeah.
not a la carte.
No, it was not. It was not a la carte, which I appreciated.
So you were paying $12.50 for a burger and a side.
fries.
So how much? Well, the quinoa salad, for instance, how much do you think that was worth? I think it was like $2 or $3 on if you bought it as a side. I think. So that means that the burger we ate was like the burger you ate was like $8 or $9.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a great price for a burger, especially high quality local burger.
Right. I think you got to keep that in mind too. Like you are paying for locally sourced
Cheese, bacon, truffles. I don't know.
That's I don't know. Probably. Well, maybe.
But it was very. I think it's fair. Should I score it?
Yeah, go for it.
I give it a 5.
I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I had to be fair. I really did take the time to listen to my Melt review.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to. I'm trying. Like I really want to be consistent. I don't want to be like, well, I gave Melt a 3 because it was 16, but I'm gonna give this one 5 because it was 14.5. Now,
I wrestled with my score. I don't know. I was like in the air. I was like, maybe it was a little pricey, but for what it was so worth it.
Yeah. Well, I had to ask about the a la carte thing because I know you'd been bringing that up, and
Yes,
we
I
finally went to one that did the combinations.
Yeah.
So that is a 9 out of 10, which puts our total score at 27 out of 30. Moving to the final round, which is worth 20 freaking points. Matt, tell him.
Deliciousness.
God damn it, Tyler. That was a fucking good burger.
After taking a couple bites, I feel like we both looked up and were like, all right, Nano Brew, you finally, like, it's like when you start jogging, you're ahead of the race, and you start loosening up a little bit on the joints.
I've never had that sensation.
But then, you turn around, and then you just see the rail creeping up behind you.
Yeah, like this, honestly, from how good that burger was and the scores before this, I expect it to take the lead right now.
I do as well. I think, and that's not a knock against Nano Brew, because Nano Brew's held it, for 6 months now.
Yeah.
But this was, first thing I noticed, I took a bite, because there's only so much, it's only, I got a Beyond Burger. I've had a Beyond Burger many times other places. Although, John's Grove proved that it can be messed up. I took a bite. I'm like, dude, they toasted the bun. And that seems so minor.
Not only did you say that, you looked at me and smiled, and you said, they toasted the bun.
It seems like a minor thing, but I promise you, toasting the bun does a world of good for the burger. It really does.
I can only describe my burger. It was juicy, delicious, but also had a crisp. I think because the toasted bun helped. Bacon it snapped. It was great. The truffle butter, there was so much of it. It was so good. It mixed so well with the jelly. I was so happy.
What was the sensation of that jelly and that butter? Or is that oil, truffle oil, or whatever?
Truffle butter.
Truffle butter. What was that like combined? Because I don't know.
It was like a tangy earthiness that was better than blue cheese.
Okay.
That's about mixed with the juices and oil. It was so good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go back there right now. Jesus Christ.
So this is one thing I really liked about the burger. This was a burger that I could have eaten in a car or walking or anything like that. It wasn't messy, and trust me, I don't mind necessarily a messy burger because there's something nice about when you pick it up and it's juicy and the stuff's falling off. There is a good quality to that, but at the same time, like the bun perfectly covered the burger. The Beyond Burger was cooked perfectly. Like it reminded me of the first time I had a Beyond Burger, which was at I think Shea, which is like a bar or something in downtown Akron. I don't remember exactly. We're not talking about them. The onion rings were crisp, perfect. There weren't too many of them, but there were enough that fell off, so you could kind of eat a couple on the side. And this means a lot to me. The barbecue sauce was not overbearing. It wasn't like falling off the side. Like there might have even been a bite or two near the edges where there wasn't a ton of barbecue and you didn't get the flavor. It was more, I think, towards the middle. but I really appreciate that it wasn't just like slammed on there so you just needed every napkin in the restaurant to eat it. I have one knock. Hint, one knock that's stopping this from being perfect. My cheese wasn't melty. Like when I picked it up, it was like a solid piece of cheese. And it still had great flavor. The cheddar cheese had great flavor. It still mixed with the burger well. And as I ate it, as the longer it was there, which it tells me it was fresh. You know, it was a freshly put together burger. But when I first picked it up and ate it, it was like still a cool piece of cheese.
Mine didn't have any cheese on it.
I'm just now noticing that you had a burger with no cheese.
It had no cheese on it.
And that didn't bother you.
It didn't fucking need it.
Wow, that's bold.
It was amazing.
That is bold. I didn't even realize that. Wow, I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, it was. Mine was a little messy, but I actually kind of like it when I'm at the restaurant because I can like dunk the burger into its own.
You fucking animal!
It was so good, dude.
All right, we're telling you how much we love it. I'm gonna say it right now. The cheese is the only thing that held it back. Plus, I feel like there's something. Giving something a 10 to me, and if you did, don't feel bad, but giving something a 10, it almost seems like, what if there's something else better? It's almost like saying nothing could be better. So, and maybe that's just in my own mind, my own afraid of commitment. I'm giving this a very, very solid 9 out of 10.
I think my aptly named 7th Heaven Burger was a 10 out of 10.
Damn. Much better than the father in that TV show, right? Wasn't he like creepy, do some like sexual bad things?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, don't talk about that.
Okay. So that is a score of 19 out of 20, and let's see what it got. Guys, it is July. It is our 1-year anniversary, and we did it. We finally got back to caviar and dry wine.
Oh, would you like some dry wine with your caviar?
Oh, indeed, because The Rail got a score of 46 out of 50, which put it past the highest ranking one, which was Nana Brew, which we still love you, Nana Brew. That falafel burger was insane. But that only got a 41 out of 50. This one got a 4, and the Melt got 40, which was very close.
Yes.
But The Rail got a 46 out of 50, only 4 points short, which is our highest ranking category, caviar and dry wine.
Yeah, Smoked the Barbecue Joint. They're out of the, like, that tie they had.
Oh, yeah.
It's Dunzo now.
Dunzo, which is fine. And a lot of good burgers we had. A lot of good burgers.
The Rail is now in the lead.
For now. There's still 5 more months.
Oh, my God.
Things could go down. But for now, enjoy it, The Rail. Enjoy it. So that is our review of The Rail. It feels so good. A year. We got back to caviar and dry wine. No more Michael Jordan. No more Come See Come Saw. We had one not feeling it. That was a movie though. That was Capone.
Yes,
we haven't had a fuck out of here.
No, never.
We'll probably. This would be a good time
because we're too nice. We're nice guys.
Fuck, I'm a nice guy. That's true. So I want to say this story really quick because it has no impending impact on our scale. Because obviously it got an amazing 46 out of 50. But when we were leaving, we both ordered something for our wives.
Yes.
And you got a milkshake, how was that, by the way?
It was very good.
Good peanut butter milkshake?
It was very good.
So I ordered Claire a BELT, which is bacon, egg, lettuce, and tomato. Now, maybe the server put 2 and 2 together and was like, well, wait a minute, he just ate a Beyond Burger. He doesn't eat meat. So I get home, I get Claire the food. She's got the BELT, the belt. She's got the belt and fries. Except it was an ELT. It was just egg, lettuce, and tomato. There was no bacon on that sandwich.
Oh, no.
She and she worked like a 12-hour day. I said, don't get food. Girl, I got you. You're going to get this. What do you want? Look, I sent her the menu. She's like, it probably won't last, but try, this sounds good. I was like, hey, I got you. She like almost started crying.
Oh,
not like really, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like when you get excited about something.
Yeah.
So I'm not holding it against him. I wonder, but see, I was trying to rationalize in my head. Because first of all, how do you not put bacon on a BLT? Like, forget the egg. How do you not? That's like the one thing you don't for. Like, if you don't get lettuce, whatever. If you don't get tomato, whatever. I feel like the bacon is the thing people hold on to.
That's like the meat part.
So the only thing I consider is he's like, that guy didn't eat meat. I bet he wasn't thinking about it. I'm going to take the bacon off.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can rationalize. I can't imagine them actually forgetting bacon on that burger.
I don't
that
know.
sandwich.
That's
sorry.
crazy.
So either way, neither here nor there.
That did not affect their score.
I know, I had to say that. So I'm going to say this for the last time. Because the Segway isn't just becoming a promotion tool for this. But if you guys are interested...
I was about to say that.
Yeah, if you guys are still interested in paranormal topics, Believing the Bizarre, Paranormal Conspiracies and Myths, drops Tuesday, July 7th. There's going to be more than one episode, so you can have a little bit of a binge-a-thon.
It's going to be worth it. Tyler and I have both put a lot of work into it so far. I hope you like the art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
Lindsay Joe.
Yeah, shout out to Lindsay Joe for doing that, who worked with Everyday Akron, which was our connection. So shout out to Ray, shout out to Lindsay. It's different. It's still us. It's still going to be our humor, but there's going to be unique features and it's going to be shorter. It's more condensed.
Yeah.
That 25 to 40 range. So if you guys liked our paraformal episodes, if you guys like diving into those conspiracies, check that out. But if not, we're still going to be here. We're still going to be rocking Northeast Ohio.
But anyway, I am Charlie.
And I am Tyler. And this is the Segway.
The best thing that happened to you on a Thursday. Would you take a picture and would you rather take a picture and inevitably be gored and flown to an Idaho? What is wrong with me?
Tech and app. I want to say Tex, like Texas.
Yeah.